So you work against each other. So you can use the other person's movement. You can resist his movement to give yourself that little bit of time to work. Or you can you sort of combine the two. I yield to it a bit, but I kind of ground it. Push. So I'm trying to bring it down, like here, into the legs. The only problem with that method is it kind of sticks your legs in place a little bit. Whereas if you let it go somewhere else, then the hips and everything else can still work, so I can be using the legs as well. But you should try all these different combinations. So you, as soon as it touches, you resist it out. So it's like I'm pushing back against him. You relax to it, or you relax to it but ground it. You should be able to work all those three things. And of course at the same time you've got to be able to bring your power out as well. So you can bring your power out by using his movement, complete the circle, here, and here. I'll bounce it back down and up again, here, or I float around it. Here. Those are your options. And when you're working this as well, your point of contact shouldn't annoy the other person. What I mean is I'm doing this. It's quite annoying. Your fish should be sure of where they're going. There's no hesitation. At first you're going to get a bit of, because you sort of feel it away. But the more of this you do, it kind of irritates the other person, and of course it takes time. So he's going to be doing something else. So you've got to be direct and know that when your fist touches, it's going to go through. Okay?
Are you both working against each other?
Yeah. So I've got to think, you've got to think of the two things. I've got to take care of that, but at the same time I've got to find that spot. But often you find you just let your body do it, because wherever he pushes me, look, I'm straight on the spot. Look, I'm straight on the spot. So just kind of let, to some extent, it's that idea of giving yourself up physically again, because I'm letting the other person do the work for me. I'm not doing this. If I'm chasing it, then it's not the same thing. But let him do it. Yeah? And just walk through. That's it, that's it. Yeah. Don't stop, keep walking. So I do the same work as hitting. And this time I want to try and put my response in. So again, I'm working off of his movement to bring something out. Okay, so using that movement. And the hands, again, we're looking at keeping the hands here. Because if my body's moving away and my hand's already back here, what's going to happen? I've only got even further to reach. So you end up kind of overextending. So here, even if the body moves back, I can still get enough power out to do something to him. Might not be the strongest punch in the world, but as we already know, if I put it in the right place, it's going to affect his structure somehow. So I can be going forwards and backwards at the same time. I don't need to be going backwards, then coming forwards. Like back into tennis. Backwards and forwards at the same time. So to some extent the power from this strike comes from, well, it all comes from my movement, which is provided from him. So the stronger this movement is, the stronger my response should be anyway. But like here, see, if I'm, look what happens to the back. See, I can do this. I'm punching as hard as I can with this. Nothing really happens. But now watch the back. Different. Slow.
Sorry.
Yeah. So when you move, sometimes if the conditions are right, you can just use the arm. But it does no harm to use the rest of the body. The body's moving anyway, so I might as well put that into my movement. So that's why you've got to have all this free. Doesn't necessarily have to be this. If it comes in sort of down here, then it's that. So that's how you use the movement. Not just to absorb that, but to bring power out as well. You should be able to hit him from here, and if you use the body right, you're going to get some result. You try hitting from here as hard as you can with tension. As soon as I tense up, I want to bring the hand back because I want to do this. Okay? So let the body do it, not the fist. But what happens is, as soon as you want to hit something, okay, that's good now. What tends to happen is something moves back. Now, with most of you now, you're at a stage where it's just this. But generally, boom, you get that. Now this creates a problem, because how long does that take?
As long as it takes to do the actual punch.
As long as it takes,
twice as long.
yeah. So 1, 2. Okay. So what you need to learn is to use your own body, another part of the body, to generate the movement. So another part of the body can move first. So the movement is not necessarily generated from here, and it shouldn't be generated from here. The trouble is with a pad, always, and you watch anyone doing pad training, what's this? Yeah, boom. You know, it's like 2 punches. So instead of going boom, boom, but it's this thing about people want to do the hit, and as soon as you want to do the hit, see, it's this physical, psychological thing again. You might be physically relaxed, but there's psychological tension. Relaxed hit, but psychologically tense. You just want to come from here. But the movement needs to be generated from somewhere. So if you can learn how to use this, or whatever else it is, but this never comes back. There's no such thing as never. Because then what happens, as we've been doing earlier, he hits me, boom. He hits me, boom. He goes to hit me, boom. Not. It looks silly when you put it like that, but that's how guys work with pads. So you're working with, straight away I put my chin out. What's he going to do? This is where the tension thing goes between the two people as well. It makes the other person nervous. So the movement for your punch doesn't come from your punch. It comes from what he gives you. So you don't have to wait for him to hit you. But even just that's my body wants to move. And in moving, I hit him. Okay? So try again. Maybe we'll do this in 3s actually. And this person now. Okay? So if you want to land a good punch, you're forced to find a way to do it using the rest of the body.
Nice. Nice.
So this is also why we do all the selective tension exercises and all that stuff as well. So you know which bits are tense, then relax it, release, whatever. Okay? Try.